Think about this. You're in a relationship, but you always find yourself asking questions like, "Do you still love me?" Or "Are you proud of me?" more often than you'd like. Maybe you feel anxious or uneasy when you don't hear something reassuring from your partner or feel unsure of your own worth without their approval. If any of this sounds familiar, you're not alone. We all like to feel appreciated and valued, especially by someone we love deeply. But when you constantly rely on your partner's approval to feel good about yourself, it can start affecting your self-worth, your emotional stability, and even the quality of your relationship. Let's take a deep look into why people seek validation in relationships, why this can be harmful, how to recognize if you're in this cycle, and most importantly, steps to find security from within. Why do we seek validation in relationships? Seeking validation from a partner isn't unusual, and it often comes from personal experiences or beliefs we may not even be aware of. Here are a few reasons people tend to seek so much reassurance in their relationships. 1. Low self-esteem. People who struggle with low self-esteem may feel like they're not good enough, or that they need someone else to confirm their value. This insecurity leads to a constant search for reassurance. When self-esteem is low, it can feel like you're not capable or valuable on your own, so you turn to your partner to fill that void. But what happens over time is that this reliance becomes a habit. You start to depend on your partner's opinion to feel worthy, which can make you feel vulnerable when they're not around or when they don't say something affirming. 2. Past hurt or rejection. Our past plays a huge role in how we behave in relationships. If you've experienced hurt or rejection, it's easy to start fearing it might happen again. This fear can drive you to seek constant validation, hoping that if your partner reassures you enough, you'll finally feel safe. This is especially common for people who've had difficult relationships, or even family experiences where they didn't feel valued or loved. The pain of past rejection makes it hard to believe that someone loves you for who you are, and you may feel like you need constant reminders that you're valued and wanted. 3. Social and cultural pressure. With social media and our culture's obsession with perfect relationships, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself or your relationship to others. Seeing couples who appear perfect online can make you feel like you're not enough, or that you need to prove your relationship is strong by constantly seeking approval from your partner. This pressure can make you crave validation, not only for personal reassurance but also because you want to feel like your relationship measures up to what society expects. But real love isn't about living up to others' expectations. It's about two people who choose to grow together in their own unique way. Each of these factors is normal and understandable, but if left unchecked, they can lead to dangerous patterns of behavior. Dangers of seeking validation in a relationship. Let's talk about some of the hidden dangers that come with needing constant validation from your partner. 1. You start losing your self-worth. When you rely on someone else to make you feel good about yourself, you're building your self-worth on shaky ground. Imagine that every time you feel unsure, you ask your partner for reassurance. It feels good for a moment, but eventually, you need more and more of it. You're basing your worth on how they feel or what they say at any given moment. This means that if they're in a bad mood or don't give you the response you were hoping for, your self-worth feels instantly threatened. It's like having a fragile sense of self that depends on someone else's opinion, which can be exhausting and leave you feeling constantly on edge. 2. Emotional instability. Constantly seeking validation creates emotional instability because your feelings become tied to whether or not you receive approval. When you're always looking for someone else to reassure you, it's easy to start overthinking everything they say or do, especially if their response doesn't meet your expectations. Imagine your partner forgets to compliment you, or maybe they seem distracted and don't give you the attention you're hoping for. Suddenly, you're worried, anxious, and doubting whether they still care. This emotional roller coaster can lead to frequent mood swings, making it hard to feel calm and secure within yourself. Not only is this exhausting for you, but it can also create tension in the relationship. Your partner may start feeling pressured to fix your emotions constantly, which can be draining for them too. 3. Dependency on your partner. When you depend too much on validation, it can create a feeling of dependency, where you feel incomplete or unhappy without your partner's approval. You may start to feel like you can't make decisions or feel confident without their input. This can make you feel like you're losing your independence. While it's natural to lean on each other in a relationship, true love should help you feel stronger as an individual, not dependent on someone else's validation. Over time, this dependency can actually start to feel like you're losing your own identity. Signs you may be seeking validation too much. Let's look at some signs that indicates are caught in a validation-seeking cycle. 1. Constantly asking for reassurance. If you find yourself repeatedly asking questions like, "Do you still love me?" or "Are you proud of me?" it's a sign that you're not feeling secure within yourself. Asking for reassurance now and then is normal, but if it's happening all the time, it may mean you're overly dependent on your partner's approval. 2. Avoiding disagreement. If you're afraid of disagreements because you don't want to lose their approval, that's a sign you may be prioritizing their validation over your own needs and opinions. Healthy relationships allow for disagreements. It's okay to have different perspectives without feeling like you're risking their love. 3. Feeling lost or empty when alone. If you feel like you don't know who you are when you're alone, or that you can't feel happy or confident without your partner around, it's likely you're relying too much on their presence for self-worth. True happiness should come from within, even if your partner is a big part of your life. How to overcome the need for validation. If you recognize any of these signs, this tips would help you build a stronger sense of self-worth. 1. Build confidence from within. Start by doing things that make you feel proud and capable. This could mean setting personal goals, trying new hobbies, or spending time with supportive friends. Each accomplishment, no matter how small, reinforces that you're valuable on your own. 2. Focus on personal growth. When you have goals outside of the relationship, it gives you something fulfilling to focus on. Think about things that matter to you personally, like advancing in your career, developing a new skill, or improving your health. Having personal goals can help shift your focus from needing validation to finding satisfaction in your own achievements. 3. Practice self-validation. Get into the habit of validating yourself. Instead of waiting for your partner to compliment you, try looking in the mirror and appreciating your own strengths. Acknowledge your own achievements and celebrate yourself. So, let's pause and reflect for a moment. Think about your relationship and ask yourself, are you feeling truly secure, or do you find yourself constantly needing validation? If you've noticed that you rely a little too much on your partner's approval, know that this is something you can work on. A healthy relationship isn't about finding someone to complete you. It's about two complete individuals coming together, supporting each other, but not relying on each other to feel worthy. So what's one small step you'll take today to build that inner confidence? Share your thoughts, and let's start this journey together. And if this message resonated with you, keep watching, because in the next video, you'll learn qualities that makes a man or woman attractive,